And anybody who wants to ask a question, either use the raise hand function on your Zoom, or if you cannot find that, just privately message me and I will unmute you when the time comes. So first, we are going to start with Jake Donovan from Boxing Scene once he figures out how to unmute his button. Jake, you there?
I am here. I'm not ready.
You're the leadoff hitter, Jake. Kick it off.
I'm used to being cleaned up. So thanks. Michael, thank you very much for this opportunity to interview. Just how it feels, just to take the lead and doing this fight, in a crowdless environment.
I'm really excited about it, Jake. This is something that I've been wanting to do, and something that's kind of really excited me. The fact that it's going to be a challenge, something different, something that I haven't experienced as a professional boxing in an arena 101 there. It's exciting me to hear those winces and the pounding of the breath, everything about it. It's something that is really lit a little spark of me in training camp. I've been sparring no music on, burning anybody in the gym, and I just love it. I love every minute of it. That silence in the ring and that alone time with an opponent is nice.
Okay, very cool. So obviously some big news with you. You were in position to challenge for a featherweight title at one point. Then your team made the decision where you're going to be challenging at junior featherweight. I just wanted to know how that decision came about for you.
Well, if you were up to date on everything before the Nikitan fight, I was already speaking about going to 122, and that was the talk. I was going to go to 122, but obviously Nikitan wasn't going to fight at 122, so I was happy to stay at 126 for that. And then it looked like I could be staying there, and then I've come out of this pandemic later than I've ever been. I think it's just hit the reset button on me, myself, and kind of refocus myself. So I came out really late, close enough to I could make 122 tomorrow if I really needed to. So that's why the decision was made. It was already talk about it, but with out of the pandemic, much more realistic chance of doing 122 with ease.
Gotcha. And then, pardon my ignorance. Is this fight going to be at 122, or are you going to stay at 126?
No, it's going to be 126 for the simple reason. Takoucht, the fight was kind of already in place during the pandemic, and they made it They actually started off at 130, and then I came back and checked my weightings, and I was like, I can do 126 tomorrow. So can we make it a 125? He says no. The latest he can do is 126. So I says no problem. We'll face Takoucht 126, and then after that we'll make a move.
Okay, very cool. And then, assuming all goes well on Saturday, I know you're not the type to look past an opponent. How soon would you like to emerge into the title picture?
Next fight. I would love it in my next fight. I know, it may not be possible with the way things lie with the WBO, but 100%, I'd be happy to challenge for the WBO title next.
Okay, very cool. Thanks so much, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jake. And we kick it off next to Carlos Toro from Fight.
Hey, Michael. Thanks so much for taking time to talk to us. Obviously, the whole pandemic has definitely shifted around a lot of plans involving you and, with a lot of fighters in general. But I just wanted to just ask, how difficult has it been just kind of have to wait for so long to kind of get, just to get an idea of when you're going to be fighting, and just in general, just the general feeling of, you want your next fight to be a title fight, but obviously with how unpredictable things are, how do you kind of just cope with the uncertainty that the sport is in right now because of the pandemic?
Yeah, well, listen, all of that's out of my control, and I can't control it. A global pandemic is something that I couldn't stop. Nobody could stop. God couldn't even stop it. So there was no point in me getting caught up about it. Worrying about what is next, I'm worrying about when I'm going to box next is not really something that came into my mind when people were apparently dying all around the world. So, it didn't bother me. In fact, the pandemic made me much better. I'm a much better fighter, I think. A much better human being. I'm a much better, happier person. It done me really good. I got to be. It was the longest I was home with my family since I was 17 years of age. Longest I've been around my kids since they've both been born. And it kind of just reset everything for me and made me kind of realize where I want to go in the sport, what I want to achieve, and how realistic it is and how close it is. I just got to stay focused and get there. So, if the world title is next, I would hope it to be the fight after. If it's not that, who knows? And it's not my control to even say so. So, whenever it happens, it'll happen. But I know it'll happen. So, time doesn't wait, and I don't wait either. But if I have to wait an extra few months to get a shot, no problem.
Lastly, what's been one thing that you've kind of had to change in preparation for this fight, as far as getting not just working in the gym, but also just the general fight week feeling that you've gone through plenty of fight weeks, but I'm sure this one must be a little bit different with everything that's been going on, all the changes that's been happening.
If I'm honest, it's the most relaxed and chilled fight week I've ever had. It's been fantastic. Usually we have, the hoopla, the hyperbole, everybody around, everybody looking at interviews, having to go here and there to the interviews. But, it's been chilled at the hotel, chilled out with the team, having fun. This time I actually brought my PlayStation. I'm playing some Call of Duty. And it's been great. I've had fun. So, I'm in a really good place come this fight. It's the best I've ever felt, and I'm excited for Saturday.
Well, I'm glad you've been able to find time to relax. Best of luck this weekend in your fight.
Thank you, brother.
Next up, J.R. Bell. Go ahead, J.R.
All right there, Marco. On March 12th, you were at the theater at Madison Square Garden, and you were about to prepare for a main event there at the theater at Madison Square Garden. But unfortunately, it had to be, basically canceled. So how does it feel to, finally be ready for an actual fight and stepping into the ring on Saturday? Yeah,
it's fantastic. Actually, the only time I've kind of had any worries in this camp was when I got tested yesterday. I was like, I hope it doesn't come back, positive. And I think it's felt, but it's not. It's come back perfect. So the fight's on, but it's nice to have a fight here. And I've been with it a long time. The last time I boxed was December 14. So it's been it's the longest I've been out of the ring as a professional fighter, and it's been nice. But it's time to get back to work, and I'm really excited.
Now, seeing as you were a top contender at 126, but now you made the announcement to go down to 122, how do you feel about competing there at the 122-pound division and potentially fighting for a world title there at 122?
I'm very confident. I think I'll be a huge 122 and a problem for everybody and anybody. And I do believe I'll be world champion at 122 first.
Gotcha. Thank you very much there, Michael.
Thank you, bro. Take care.
Thank you, JR. And next we have Boxing UK. You ready?
Hi, Michael. It's Steve from Boxing UK.
Hey, Steve. What's happening, mate?
Hello, mate. Just a couple, Michael. The last time you were out at Madison Square Garden in front of thousands of fans, it was quite an occasion. Yeah. What's your mindset for this weekend? There's going to be nobody there except your nearest and dearest.
Yeah, listen, it's exciting me. The fact that it's different. I've experienced it. I have experienced it. I mean, not in the professional ranks, but I've experienced it in major fights around the world as an amateur. When you're boxing at the highest level in the amateurs, you're fighting the best guys in the world in front of 7 people, and it's probably in some country like Lithuania where no one knows you, no one's even there for you. So it's no problem. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to experiencing as a pro, and it is something different, but something that I think I'll excel in. Good
man. And the fight itself, us UK fans will obviously know Sofiane Takoucht for the Warrington fight.
Yeah.
Is there any pressure on you that people will obviously look to match Warrington's performance, or are you just focused on your own game plan?
We're both completely different fighters in terms of styles. And then at the same time, Warrington is coming off, 3 great wins against Galahad, Frampton and Selby. And, his confidence is sky high. Takoucht come into that fight and unknown, really, in front of 20,000 people with no fans there himself, under a lot of pressure and got blew to the water. So I don't really take anything from that fight. I don't think that was the best Sofiane Takoucht you'll see, because I think he was a deer in the headlights. You know what them crazy Leeds fans are like, and how they kind of take the solo away from some people. And I think Takoucht was one of those type of people who folded under that type of pressure. So he's got to come in here. He's going to come in here on Saturday night, much more experienced than me as a professional. much more fights than me, the same amount of stoppage wins that I have fights. So he's going to be coming in confident. No crowd there to scare him or kind of get his back up. So I think he's going to be confident. He don't believe he can win this. This is a chance for him to get his career back on track. But I believe me being a younger man, definitely more amateur experience and definitely more pedigree, I believe. And I just think I'm an all-round better fighter. So I think he won't last me in there.
Good man. We're looking forward to it, Michael. Best of luck on.
Thank you, bro.
Before we get to Crystal, if anybody else wants to ask questions, you can, again, use the raise hand function. Crystal, you're up.
Mick, can you hear me?
Hey, Crystal.
Oh, hey, as you would say, your biggest fan, the last time we were together, Mikey Williams took our picture, and before you knew it, St. Patrick's Day was canceled, and what happened from there? Could you do a little walkthrough? Did you go back to Ireland? Were you able to train there? And I take it that right now you're in London.
Yeah, right away. We stayed in New York for another day and had some nice pizza and cannolis in Italy, and just enjoyed ourselves. I was in New York, so I may as well enjoy the great food which they have there. And then after that, I went home, started to bake, started to eat loads of food. Was non-stop baking cakes and eating cakes and drinking tea. But obviously, you get bored of that very quick, and everything kind of normalized and just kind of started getting back training, doing different types of training, half marathons, 50k cycles, a lot of different types of stuff, and kind of just found the love again for the sport and found love again for just exercise and training. So it was really good. The pandemic was good.
Were the gyms open? Were you able to train, or was everything closed?
I have a gym in my garage, so everything was okay. I had a gym in my garage. My father is the national boxing coach of Ireland, and he was able to come and do some training with me, so it was okay. And
do I take it, is your opponent a southpaw?
Yes.
Are you? How did you prepare for that? Is it?
Yeah, I had every spar I had was against southpaws, and I prepared very, very well. Great work. I want to thank all my sparring partners. They done a great job of replicating what is going to be in front of me, and I'm excited for my Saturday.
Well, good seeing you.
You too. Take care.
And now we turn over to David Moan from the Belfast News. David, go ahead.
How you doing, Mickey? All right,
man? I'm not talking to him.
It's kind of been asked already, but it's like a follow-on. Say this week, and a normal fight week, you have all the different things that go on and different things to do. It's a bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be more of a relaxed performance for me off the back of this, or are you looking to go out and make a massive statement?
I think you'll see on Saturday night. I'll decide when I get in there. I'll decide after the first 30 seconds what way I'm going to approach it. I have little plans in my head which I'm going to do, and I think you'll see a different me anyway. I think you'll see a definitely an exciting fight. You'll see a bit more aggression probably. But we'll see. We'll see Saturday. I can't say too much.
Obviously, Adam has you boxing the orders anyway, but you're a great man of actually kind of learning on the fly. In the first 30 seconds where to go orthodox or southpaw, and that's probably something you'll figure out yourself in the initial stages.
Once I get in there, I'll decide whether it's going to be a southpaw fight or an orthodox fight for me. But we've been drilling an awful lot of things in training, and I believe I'll make them show it on Saturday.
Obviously, you mentioned it down to 122, and you make featherweight comfortably. Do you think going down to 122 with a big win on Saturday is a hell of a warning to the other super bantamweights? Yeah,
I think so. I'd be very confident facing any of them now, and if that was the case, it'd be no problem. But we'll get this one out of the way on Saturday, and then 123 here I come.
Thank you, David. Next up, only got a couple more from Mick, and then he's got to run. So Sean Zattel from Fight Hype, you're up.
Hey, Michael. Thanks for giving me some time. Taking on a guy who just fought Josh Warrington in his last fight. Are you looking at trying to equal or surpass what Warrington was able to do?
No, listen, there's different situations. Warrington's coming off 3 great wins against 3 really top-class opponents, and he was relatively unknown in his own backyard in front of 20,000 of his own fans, and I think big throws in front of the headlights. So I would be stupid and reckless if I was to go in and try and blast the shit out like Warrington did. But I definitely will be going in and make a statement and doing it in my own way. I don't need to live up to anybody's expectations or equal myself with Josh Warrington, because that's not who I am. I'm Michael Conlan, and that wouldn't be my job.
Do you think after this fight, you would like to fight Josh Warrington? I know you're kind of on his home turf right now in England already, but do you like that fight?
Well, I'm going to 122, so listen, if I was staying at 126, I love that fight, and in the future, I want that fight 100 million %. But 122 is what's next for me, and Josh Warrington, look, he looks like he's staying at 126, possibly moving up to 130. But I do believe we'll cross paths.
Yeah, and just lastly, with Tyson Fury being the heavyweight champion of the world, we know he's from England and we know he's the Gypsy King, but do you think Ireland takes any stake in the fact that he's champion too? Because Tyson will talk about how he's Irish as well.
Well, he has got Irish descent, but listen, Tyson's an Englishman. He reps the Jack, and that's his flag. So if he wants to claim some Irishness and give some Irishness a part of the heavyweight champ, I'm sure Ireland will be happy to take it.
And also, do you want the title fight next? Is that after this fight? Is that the last level that there is to go? There is no more fighting a top 5, top 10 contender. It's time for the title fight. Is that what you feel?
I would love the title fight next, but if it's not possible, we got to fight top 5. So that's just the way it's got to be. And I'm happy either way. I have a great team around me, and AMPK and Top Rank, Bob and all the guys, they look after me so well. And they've managed my career and moved my career fantastically. So, whatever it is next, I'm ready to go, whether it's a world title or whether it's an eliminator, whatever it is, I'm ready to rock.
Thanks so much, Michael. Good luck Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Michael. Thank you, Jamie. I see you're in the gym, so let's let you get back to it.
See you later. I'm a beast.
See you on Saturday night, right, Mick?
See you later. Have a take care.